It's funny because we totally put these questions together yesterday, but have you looked at them?
Nope.
Neither have I.
Perfect.
So we are raw dogging. Welcome to Behind the Brilliance. I'm Danielle. This is Ashtyn.
Hi.
And this is episode 1 of deep diving into Brilliant Lash Pro and our products. And Ashtyn has been a face of the brand for a few months now. She's killing it with socials.
Thank you.
And I'm teaching her how to manage the products.
Yes.
Socials comes super natural to you. You're phenomenal at it. But it's exciting to have you on board learning, managing products. And one thing that we stand behind is utilizing lash artists' experience and opinions to constantly develop the products. So I had this idea to start this little podcast so that Ashtyn can dive deep with me and I can teach her also more about the history of some of the products, because I've noticed I haven't really shared a whole lot. I haven't shared enough about the products and what's gone into it. Mm-hmm. I'm a lash artist of 17 years. I'm an educator of 14. What about you?
I'm a lash artist of going on 4 years.
Yeah, at the ripe age of 18. She's a baddie. It's funny because we totally put these questions together yesterday, but have you looked at them?
Nope.
Neither have I.
Perfect.
So we are raw dogging. Raw dogging. Okay. So I have some questions for Ashtyn. As someone new to Brilliant, newer, what made you excited about joining this brand?
Well, obviously I love you to death. So
Likewise. Feelings mutual.
Obviously. My favorite thing ever is creating content. And so when I had the opportunity to kind of jump in and help you create content for your brand, I was obviously quick to jump at that. And I think it's really important that when you are creating content, you're being authentic and actually talking about something that you love. The fact that I can talk about lashes while also doing what I love and talking about things that I love, I think that that's perfect. And I've tried multiple different lash brands. And the first time I ever tried Brilliant products was when I auditioned to work at Garnett. And the second I tried them, I just never turned back. It was just the doors of heaven just opened up for me. It's
I love when a lash artist has that reaction, because I do feel like so many people try Black Magic, which is the most impacting product we have, I think.
No,
obviously, adhesive is the center of every appointment. So you believed in the products, and Ashtyn was using the products for quite a while before we talked about this position.
Yeah, and I definitely I'm a very straightforward person. I'm very blunt. I'm very authentic. And if I didn't like these products, I would not be doing any of this. I wouldn't be using them, whether I work here or not. I wouldn't be promoting them. I wouldn't want to help grow if I didn't like it. So,
and I think that's important, just running into the authenticity of life. I feel like we should be aligned with our jobs and what we do, which is also why I think it's so fun to be a lash artist, because who doesn't love to make women feel beautiful?
Who doesn't love to have girl talk all day?
Yeah, I honestly love work so much.
No, me too.
So, what's one thing about our products that surprised you as a lash artist?
Honestly, just how the adhesive really does adhesive affects retention. Because other lash brands that I've used, it's always come with an adhesive and then use the bonder to make it adhere, make it last longer. But with just Black Magic, which is our best selling adhesive, by the way, I haven't ever we don't have a bonder, and my retention has never been as good as it is with Black Magic. So I think honestly just retention and adhesive and the lash tray soft line fan beautifully. It's always consistent. They're so lightweight. I don't even feel like I have lashes on my eyes, which is really nice, because I feel some people, I've gotten my lashes done from multiple different people, and I feel the products that they use are so synthetic feeling and thick, so my eyes are constantly hurting, but now they don't.
Beautiful. Not mad about that. And she brings a really great point. And Brilliant Lash Pro has never carried a bonder or a primer. I've never said I'm closed-minded to it. However, we've never needed to. That's the point. There's a part of me that feels that these primers and these bonders came into the game as just another thing to sell lash artists. And it's like, but if you have amazing retention without them, why invest in something else you don't need? But also, why add more weight to people's lashes? These sealers or bonder, what's the point? I'm confused. And so I love that you say that. That's an awesome, standpoint on your experience. So
yes. All right, so now
Ashtyn's turn.
Now that we know a little bit about me, let's hear a little bit about you. Why start a little podcast chat now? You've been here for what, 2 decades? Like, why now?
Yeah, I mean, I just realized that there's so much of the story that has not been told. I just realized that there is a gap right now with certain brands, we even have brands that we deal with, and I won't say their names, but you can tell that the owners of the brands aren't even aligned with the product. And I am a lash artist. I practice to this day. I have a standing set of clients. I've been lashing for 17 years, and I use Brilliant products. And I developed Brilliant Lash Pro because I found something missing. And this was over 10 years ago, but it was consistency in products that really performed. I was using an adhesive that would change on me. And so that makes me nervous. I also have, in my experience, seen a huge decrease in the development of allergic reactions after I did more research and developed adhesives, because I do realize that there are a lot of adhesives out there that aren't actually formulated for lashes, and so they could put people at risk, and this stuff isn't talked about. So I am really excited to have you on board, and I feel like there's so much we can do. I've really kind of been pretty solo in running the company. I've had people helping with fulfillment and some marketing in the past, but I'm really excited to have somebody actually partnering with me that does lashes, that has an opinion, that can also kind of bridge the gap of, since you are on social so much and you're creating the socials, you're also kind of talking to the community more. So kind of bridging the gap with what is needed or missing, because sometimes I just truly believe in the constant development of products. So anyway, to answer the question, I want to share more. I want to dive deep into a product per episode to kind of tell you how it came to be, why it is now, and a vision for what's to come, because there's so much of that. And I feel like even just letting you know or sharing with our audience and our customers can help get even more feedback and more, more about what do you need? What do you need? You know? So that's kind of why I thought, let's sit down and talk about it.
I love that. I think it's really important to be educating people about what's in the products that we're selling, especially because lash products they're next to somebody's eye. Like it's scary out there. It's scary.
It can,
it can be scary.
It's actually wild to me to think that some people don't think that deep into it.
Yeah.
Your eyes, you can mess up somebody's hair, you can mess up somebody's nails, but you mess up somebody's eyes. That's some serious business we're dealing with.
It is.
So,
all right. What do you want our community to understand about Brilliant that they don't already know?
That it's constantly evolving, that we've been quiet about it for a decade. I've never paid for an ad. We're not out there shoving it in people's face. We've been purely organic, and people find us and they never leave. So a lot of the times it's that one-on-one connection that people have the opportunity to try the product, but basically just that a lot of thought goes into every product, and it's never ending. It's not that, clarity's done and it's done. It's never ending.
Not only does a lot of thought go into our products, but also the way that we reach out to people, our personal touches that we give to people. And for example, she doesn't want to blow people's emails up.
I know.
We're very precise on what emails we send out, because we don't want to be the annoying brand that's sending you 1,000 emails. We don't want to be in your face, but we also want us to feel personable, and we have a relationship with everybody. We can honestly name most of our customers by name.
We know our customers.
We do.
Yeah. And we love them. We talk about them. We'll be packing orders and we'll be like, yo, Ellie. We love her. But no, you're right. Like, to me, just email blasting, like, that's annoying. But if I want to offer value. So that's why in these podcasts, we're also going to probably do some demonstrations, teach you how to use the products and things like that. And one thing I did tell Ashtyn today, I was like, oh, we got a new customer who ordered an adhesive. I said, should we look her up on Instagram and send her a video?
Yeah.
Dorky.
We had a customer for the first time like a couple weeks ago, like a new customer, and you tried to FaceTime her.
Oh, I did. Why?
I don't remember, but you did try to FaceTime her.
Yeah, she didn't answer.
She did not. All right.
Okay, so now we have an adhesive deep dive. We are talking today about...
Walk me through why we have 3 different adhesives. I get asked this constantly. What's the difference? We're not going to go in depth onto each adhesive, but just like a little...
Yeah, we'll take a whole another episode to dive deep on adhesives, but we do have 3 variants. Our best seller, as mentioned before, is the Black Magic. However, she came most recently. She's the most recent variant. When I first started developing products, and I do have a background in biochemistry, so fun fact, I helped develop these, actually went to the manufacturer and met them in person, and I've been dealing with the same manufacturer for 12 years. So our product is very consistent, and our manufacturer is very precise, and they care a lot about quality control. However, before Black Magic was actually what we called OG Original. She's not really on the shelf because I believe her to be, I'm calling her obsolete. So when I started developing products, volume lashes wasn't a thing yet. It was classic lashes. And so it was classic lashing has a different approach, a timing, a speed, an amount of adhesive. Onyx Original worked great. Now, after Onyx Original was, I don't know, a couple years old, someone expressed to me their hardships with varying extreme humidity levels. So what happened is I went to my manufacturer, I talked to them about that, and we developed a high humidity and a low humidity Onyx variant. And people who do live in extreme conditions, I know I had you looking up some of those areas so we can learn better. They really love these products because they have an adhesive formulated for them. So I like to always emphasize the humidity outside of your salon doesn't matter that much. It's the humidity inside of your salon, which can vary. For example, if you live in a really hot area and you're running heavy duty AC all day long, your humidity is going to be very low because an AC actually condenses water from the air and it pulls water out of the air. So that's why a low humidity variant might work really well for you. What ended up happening next was volume became a thing. And not only did I go through volume not existing, but we went from 0.07s to 0.05s, and now I'm a 0.03 girly. I cannot use a lash thicker than 0.03. And what that calls for was a different formulation because Original was more had a different viscosity that worked better. Viscosity means thickness, that worked better with a classic lash because when you're doing classic lashes, you should have a little bead of adhesive. With volume, you should use a very little adhesive and it kind of sucks right into your base. And so the viscosity of this is a upgrade. It works better for handmade volume fans. And it also has a wider humidity range, so this actually works for more people. This works for between a 35 to a 75% humidity, where the others are more for the extreme, like 0 to 35 or really high. So Black Magic actually works for most people, and that's why she's the best.
All right, well, speaking about Black Magic, what was the biggest challenge you had in developing Black Magic?
Probably just simply people getting confused at first of like, why should they convert? And sometimes people don't want to change what they know, but I wouldn't say there was any challenge in it. Actually, I think it was relatively easy. In fact, it was like relieving to have this because I was trying to I was learning volume with Original and kind of having more struggle. So once Black Magic was finalized, it actually made volume lashing really easy. So there wasn't quite a struggle for that.
How do you decide which adhesive goes in each month's club?
Well, the adhesive, when you enroll in the Adhesive Monthly Club, yeah, sorry, we're still new at this. Episode 1. Episode 1 struggles. I don't decide, the customer decides. Let's talk about why the Adhesive Monthly Club exists. And that's because you have to replace your adhesive every 4 weeks. I can't emphasize this enough. Some lash artists will say, but my bottle's not empty yet. It doesn't really matter. This is a chemical reaction that most people just don't understand, is that every time you open the cap, you're exposing the formulation to air. Air will slowly change that formulation. So by using your adhesive past 4 weeks, you're putting your retention at risk, your reputation at risk. And honestly, I think that the price of adhesive is so generous compared to other service providers. Like even nail salons have to spend so much money on product versus how much they make. Hairstylists have to spend a lot of money on color. You're buying one adhesive every 4 weeks and you're seeing how many clients and you're charging what. So don't cut corners on your adhesive is what I'm saying. So we developed the Adhesive Monthly Club. I want to say honestly it's 8 years old this year. In fact, August is its birthday. This month is the anniversary of Adhesive Monthly Club. Is it August? No, it's September.
Oh.
So I said, let's make it easy. Let's have it auto shipped. You can enroll in the Adhesive Monthly Club. You get a huge discount because essentially you're paying $39.99 a month, no shipping. You get your fresh adhesive, and our little personal touch is we add a healing crystal because we want to give you another little treat. Also, perk of the Adhesive Monthly Club, your first month is half off. So you're only paying $19.99 to try the adhesive. Once you try it, you're not going back. So,
yes. What is the most common mistake artists make with adhesive selection?
what do you think?
I think I think that it is kind of what you were touching base on earlier about matching your humidity to what's outside, not actually inside of your room, which is why hydrometers are so important. I feel like in a lot of places, like San Diego, for example, I feel like we do have a pretty decently high humidity outside, but in here, since it's so hot, we're always running the AC, so it wouldn't make sense for us to be using the high humidity in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm in San Diego, I'm right by the beach, it's humid, I need to use high humidity, but realistically, no, you don't.
Right. I do think that you touch on a good point, which everyone should be tracking the humidity in their room.
Yes.
Because whether you're high, low, or not, another just tip for adhesive use is sometimes humidity fluctuates. And, like you said, the AC could be running all day, but how about on a day that it's not? So if you could see your own humidity going up, what you should look out for is your adhesive is going to cure faster.
Yes.
So if you see a 20% difference from one day to the next, and the next day, all of a sudden you're like, why is my adhesive acting different today? That would give you the answer, is understanding that.
And that is something that I have noticed between Brilliance adhesives rather than other brands, is that our adhesives have a big wiggle room. So I feel like other brands that I've used, the humidity will change by 10, and then all of a sudden the adhesives are completely acting up. But with Brilliance, I feel like we have a big wiggle room. So I don't feel like if it has to be a very, very, very large humidity change for it to be super noticeable.
I like that. Cool. All right, Ashtyn, I'm going to test you.
Oh, shit. I didn't know I was getting a pop quiz today.
If you had to explain our adhesive difference to a new lash artist in 30 seconds, what would you say?
Let me get my props. Okay, high humidity. Your studio is pretty humid. Your adhesive will dry faster. This one is for if your room stays 50 to 95 humidity percent humidity. Low humidity is for your more dry areas. I would say Arizona, Idaho, Utah. This is 5 to 45, so if your humidity in your room does not go above 50%, I would recommend using this. It'll dry slower. Black Magic is our most versatile adhesive. This is 35 to 75, so mid humidity. I feel like this is more regular. Yeah. Mostly everywhere you'll be using this. I don't think that it's really, I personally don't think that unless you have a really, really, really dry or really, really, really humid place, you should be using these. But I feel like most people, and in most cases, just use Black Magic, and it honestly is our best performing as well. So
the girl doesn't fail.
All right, surprise guess. So basically, the AMC box is you sign up for it monthly. You can sign up you sign up for it through our website. You get this beautiful box shipped to you on the 25th, around there, day of every month, and you get your adhesive of your choice, your crystal, what your crystal means, and sometimes a cute little surprise from Ashtyn. So,
and always made with love. So
always made with so much love.
We'll show you what's inside of it.
Let's do a little unboxing. This is what she looks like.
We'll do another close up with the cameras.
Yeah. So first things first, your adhesive of choice. So this one, we most commonly do Black Magic. So you have your little Black Magic. Gorge, she's ready to be used. And then our crystals change each month. How do we decide our crystals?
Well, we kind of, first of all, see what the season is or what the vibe is, and we have kind of a list that we choose from, and we want to make sure we don't give you the same crystal twice within the year. So every month, one of us chooses.
Yep. A garnet. Okay, perfect. And our lash artists absolutely love their little healing crystals that they get. And I think it's just a cute little touch that nobody else has.
We love when our lash artists tag us in their stories. We have so many people that have just a bowl of crystals that they've collected over the years. Why did the crystals become part of the AMC box? Well, I just wanted to add a little something extra. I personally love a healing crystal. I also like to give them away. So sometimes you might have a crystal and you might really need that crystal because of whatever healing properties it has. Or you might decide a client for that month who really could use that crystal. So you're basically getting a gift and you can re-gift it. And I just think it's a special little touch. Why not get a little something extra?
I also think it's important to note that when you sign up for your Adhesive Monthly Club, you do get half off the first month, but then also you're getting a discounted adhesive every month.
Yes.
You're not paying full price anymore.
Right, exactly. The Black Magic sells for $57 as is. However, if you are enrolled, you're paying $39.95 a month.
Which adds up quick. Yeah. That could be like 2 coffees a week. Girl math.
More than that. Maybe. It depends on what kind of coffee.
Okay, well, you get straight up coffee.
I get a cold brew.
That's not regular.
You know what I got today was a iced Americano.
You know, I need to go to that place. I've been seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, Alex told me about it, my roommate.
Yeah, I've been seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, it's so weird. It's so hidden. Yeah. You have to like literally go in. Like I was like, oh, it's not here.
And don't they have like acai bowls too?
Yeah, he was so sweet. He gave me a little sample of acai too. It was a super sweet guy.
Yeah, and he's like just him. He like has no employees. He's so cute.
Yeah. So, okay, well that pretty much wraps up episode 1. I think that was so fun. Go us. So stay tuned for episode 2. We are going to talk about our lash extensions, and I have a lot of fun things to reveal about the history and the progression of eyelashes.
We're going to be doing comparisons live for you, sitting right here. We are going to be comparing different lash trays from different companies. We're going to show you why ours are the best.
Yeah. So thanks for being here. Let us know in the comments if there's anything you want us to highlight soon. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, we want to know. Or if you just want to be our friends, follow us on Instagram.
DM us on Instagram and maybe you'll get a little surprise.
Yeah, Ashtyn's pretty generous.
I like to give surprises.
All right. See you soon.
Bye, guys.